All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It is day 2 of the Algebra 1 10-day UC review. Today, you're going to be interpreting the meaning of slope and its intercepts in situations such as data, symbolic representations, graphs, and so on, right? Some stories and so on, right? So let's look, see what we have here. It says Betsy sells vacuum cleaners at a retail store. The equation y equals 55x plus 100 can represent her daily earnings in dollars, where y, and it's kind of nice how they give you the y and x here, where y is her earnings and x is the number of, I'm guessing, vacuum cleaners sold? Yep. The vacuum cleaner she sells. So real easy problem. Let's go through this. First things first is you should look at this equation right here. You want to be able to work that out there. When it gives you y equals 55x plus 100, please note that anytime you have this, right, the slope is always the number next to x. That's always your slope, right? That is your rate of which you're selling those vacuum cleaners at, right? Of the 100, that's your y-intercept. So we have slope and we have y-intercept. The y-intercept basically is your start, right? Your start that's going on. I'm not too sure for what though. What is the start representing in the problem? Is it the some kind of starting profit you already have? What's going on here? What does y stand for? Y is her earnings. That means right off the bat, her starting earnings is $100. So this y-intercept is her starting earnings, her starting money. For some reason, she automatically gets $100 before she even sells a single vacuum. The slope is 55. That's her rate. It is her pay or her earnings per vacuum sold, right? For every vacuum she sells, she gets a total of $55. That is the earnings per vacuum, right? Just by looking at the equation, that tells us all those items right there. Now let's see what it wants. Graph the function. Well, that's pretty easy. Well, I take it back. It's going to be a little harder because we have nothing labeled. Well, I'm going to call this x. Of course, this is y, which means this is the number vacuum sold, right? So we said the x was. X is the number of vacuum sold. Number of vacuum, S goes there, no S there. Number of vacuums sold. The other one, the Y right here, is your earnings. Earnings is the Y. Earnings. So we got earnings and we got, this is your monies, right? We got earnings and a number of vacuum cleaners sold, but now they don't have numbers. Man, they weren't even nice enough to do that. Well, this is easy. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 vacuums sold. All right. Over here, what should I put? Well, I know we're going to start at 100, right? That's what we said earlier. We're going to be starting at 100. So on my graph, I'm going to say, whoa, that this is, of course, 0. But let's call this one 50. No, let's call it 25. No, let's call it, okay, I have no idea what to call it. I kind of wish I went over this before I started the video. But I'm just going to go ahead and call it 150 and so on. The only reason why I could foresee problems here later on is because you got a slope of 55, which means it's not going to be hitting nice and pretty on this graph. It's kind of going to be a little off. So, oh well for that. Let's move this out of the way. All right. So now we got 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, and so on and so forth, right? That's 550. All right, 550. All right, so now we got it. We got our earnings that's right here on the bottom, and we got our earnings that's on our y-axis. Real easy stuff now. So now we're ready to graph this equation. Don't forget what we said about the start. The start is your y-intercept. So we're going to start at $100 right here. $100. All right, $100 is your y-intercept. Your rate is 55 for every single vacuum, right? So if I sell, let's just say one vacuum, then I make $155. I'll let y'all continue that pattern yourself. If I do two vacuums would be how much money? 55 times 2 is 110 plus 100. $210 is your total earnings for selling two vacuum cleaners. So that would be, let's see, 210 right there. And notice how this should make a straight line. I want you to go ahead, continue the line, and keep on going. I want you to keep on going, make those points, see what you get. You finish it. So you finish it. All right, you finish it. Okay. Let's go on number 2. What do they want number 2? What the heck is this? Oh, that's from today, earlier. Oh, hang on, guys. Having some technical difficulties. I can't find my work from earlier. No. Oh, boy. This is the work from earlier today. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, now I remember. I think I left it on there, but now I lost the original page. There you are. Now remember, I put it right below it. There it is. Number 2, how much money will Betsy earn if she sells no vacuum cleaners? What represents this value on the graph? How much money will Betsy earn if she sells no vacuum cleaners? So if she sells no vacuum cleaners, right, that's basically 55 times what plus 100, right? What would that be if she put no vacuum cleaners? I'll let you finish that off. What is that value on the graph? Basically, where would that be on the graph? It's going to be somewhere here on your graph. I want you to find it. It's somewhere. We don't know where, but I want you to tell me where in the graph would that number be. See if you can figure out where that number would be. Take off those points. Oops. Okay. Okay. That one's pretty easy. How much money does Betsy earn for every vacuum cleaner she sells? I kind of already said that out loud. You could write that down, right? What represents this value on the graph? Okay, so really easy. I'm going to give you some multiple choice options here. Over here, I want to know where it says what is so on the graph. I'll give you some option choices. It's slope or is it y-intercept? Right? When they're referring to this question, if she sells no vacuum cleaners, is that when that happens, is that answer you're gonna represent a slope or y-intercept? Over here, when you answer this question, how much money does Betsy earn for every vacuum cleaner she sells? Right? The answer to that question, what does that represent, and so on. First answer, how much does she sell? Then answer, is that representing a slope or is that representing y-intercept? Your answer from that. Finish it off. Create a chart to represent Betty's earning for every vacuum cleaner she sells. Very easy. Your equation was 55 times x plus 100. So if you put one vacuum in there, what would it be? If I put two vacuum cleaners in there, what would it be? I tell you what, actually don't start off with 1. Start off with 0. Start off at 0. What if I did 0 vacuum cleaners, then 1, and so on? No, I want to get that green in a second. And just keep on going. Just keep on making a table for this, right? What if I had those values for 2 and 3? What would they equal? Finish it off, find out those earnings, okay? All right, guys, pretty easy lesson. I think y'all got the rest of this. Any parts you need to review or look over, just feel free to rewind. You have a good afternoon. Thanks for getting the homework done.